I am on a quest to get better at making videos on YouTube. This quest first started about 11 days ago, and now it has moved forward so much, and I'm making so much progress. But today I wanted to talk about something a little different, something a little bit more deep. Life isn't always easy, and I know all of you know that, and I know I'm not telling you anything new. But life can be really hard sometimes. Sometimes things don't exactly go the way that you're expecting. Sometimes life takes a weird change in a different direction, and it can always be really difficult to grip onto those things. Recently, I've noticed some bigger changes in my life, and without going into too much specifics, it's definitely caused some major changes and major shifts in different directions. And it's hard dealing with those things. We have things that we feel like we figured out. Now, of course, we understand that life changes constantly, but we have some things that we feel like we figured out, and those things, they sometimes change, and it's sad, and it's hard. But that's part of being human, and all of us deal with that on a day-to-day. So, for those of you that are out there that are struggling, know that you're not alone, and that life is difficult sometimes, but together we can make it through this. This was the point of why I really wanted to create this YouTube community. I didn't necessarily create it at the time knowing that things were going to go wrong for me, but I started creating it because I wanted to create a community of people who understand that life is to be enjoyed, but it's also difficult. And I wanted to create a group of people and a community that come together and support each other and help each other, even when things get tough. Of course, I want this to be entertaining and I want it to be fun, but I want to be able to be something that people can lean on in the future. I don't know what that means right now, and I know I help people in my own individual life from the day to day as much as I can, but I'd like to help the people outside of my circle as well, and I'd like to keep growing that circle and helping as many people as I can. So for those of you that are struggling, or those of you that are looking for a community of people who are just trying to help each other, you don't have to look any further. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. Anyway, moving off of that somber subject onto something a little bit more fun. Today, I went in to work as usual, and I woke up at 4 a.m., wiped the eye boogers out of my eyes. I was half asleep for the first half of the day. It was difficult getting up, having all this extra stuff on my shoulders, and getting up and unpacking produce, kind of standing there at work being like, there's things that I have to do, but I'm here at work picking up these boxes, moving them. But I realized something during the time that I was at work. As I was there and having conversations with people, I slowly felt my shoulders get lighter and things slowly come off my shoulders, and I felt a little bit more happy and excited for the day over time. So I started out really kind of tight and in a ball and not really wanting to deal with anything and just getting straight home so I can get done what I needed to get done. But as time passed and I really started sharing and opening up with people and talking with people just about their day and what things were happening that were good for them, I really started to feel that relief, that feeling of almost gratitude and success for them and what they're going through, the small victories they had, the fact that they got their shopping done and they were just done for the day. They got to go home and enjoy the day, and I'm happy for them. So throughout the day, I kept working, trying to get my job done, and I ended up in the freezer, which is just filled. It's terribly cold and filled with stuff, and I was starting to, like, that feeling was starting to kind of wane. And then while I was in the freezer, my phone dinged, and I don't normally leave my notifications on, so when my phone dinged, I was like, oh shoot, and I went to go turn my notifications off and check, and saw who texted me, and it was actually someone who I haven't spoken to in a really long time. They were someone that I used to be friends with and were reaching out. And it was really cool to be remembered from someone in the past that I haven't spoken to in so long. And he, at one point, was a really good friend in my life. So just because things are getting difficult and just because things are winding down doesn't mean there's not a silver lining. It doesn't mean that there's not something that could happen along the way that could really boost us up, and good things are coming. So don't forget, no matter how bleak things look, good things are coming. You just have to stay positive as best you can. I know it's not hard. I know it's not easy all the time, and I know just another guy on a camera saying stay positive, things are going to go right for you. It doesn't necessarily hit home all the time, but all we can do is really, sometimes there's nothing we can do about our situation, and the best thing that we can do is hope that thing, like someone that we've never talked to or that we haven't talked to in a really long time, is going to reach out and check in, or we'll meet someone new who changes our perspective on something, or a new opportunity will come across. We'll come across a new opportunity and change our path or our trajectory, or that thing that you've been putting so much energy in for weeks and weeks and months and years finally starts to turn and it starts to get picked up. We never know what the next day holds for us, and we never know what today holds for us. So even though we go into the day feeling dark and dim and overwhelmed, there is a potential for it to turn around. There's a potential for our day to get better. So if I had to say to anybody out there that's struggling and having a difficult time, just remember the good days that you've had. Remember that things aren't always as difficult as they are right now, and that things will get better in some way, shape, or form. It may not be in the way that you expect. It may get worse before it gets better. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, but it's okay. That rain kind of cleanses us, it washes us, and it gives us an opportunity to move forward and to experience something new, something different, something difficult, but something to grow from. And for those of you that aren't struggling and that are having a good time, I hope you're celebrating those victories and really enjoying them and making the most of them, because sometimes I definitely have noticed that we take for granted our victories when we have them, and then we take our losses and we make them catastrophic when they finally happen. It's almost like, I don't know if everyone does this, but it's kind of like the small victories don't matter, and then the small losses we make into big losses and big failures kind of just stack on our shoulders. It's a very tense way of thinking. It could just be me, I don't know. But other than that, thank you all so much for sticking around and watching, and slowly the community is growing. I recently got to 40 subscribers, which is really freaking cool, and I would love to see this community continue to grow. Slow and steady is fine, it doesn't matter. I'm not really in it for the big numbers fast. I'm in it to build that community slowly and over time, and make connections with people who genuinely enjoy what I'm saying, and people that I can talk to and understand and be on a similar wavelength about certain things, and hopefully on a different wavelength on other things, and kind of learn and share. But if you're sticking around and you're still here, it would mean so much to me if you could drop a subscribe. If you could subscribe, I'm going to put a little bubble somewhere around this area just to kind of let you know that I'm here. I'd love to have you join the community, and when you're having a difficult time, I'd love for you to post in the comments, like, let me know what's going on. You don't have to be specific if you don't want to, but drop a comment of what's going on. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it difficult? What do you want to see different about it? Drop it down there. I'd love to see it, because all of us having our own experiences is what makes life so great. And second of all, I'm going to put a video right around this area. It's going to be perfect for you if you want to check it out. Some of them are better than others as I'm slowly getting better, but feel free to check out anything you like and keep being you.